It has officially been 5 years since I started therapy, and 5 years in, I'm still finding things out about myself that I really didn't piece together until now. And I think one of the big things is the fact that I am a huge people pleaser to the extent of, compromising myself. Uh, I often will prioritize people pleasing at my own expense. Case in point, like our wedding, like I've spent more time fretting about making other people happy and not inconveniencing them surrounding our wedding more than I worried about, like, oh, am I happy right now? Am I excited? Am I looking forward to this? Am I, you know, allowing myself to experience this moment in this place? And my therapist just has this way of like really like I go into therapy already having almost everything. Like I feel like I have like 85% of it figured out. She often tells me like, "Donnie, you make my job easy because you self-reflect so much that I that it's just you need to talk to somebody and kind of talk it through with somebody." And but unfortunately though, in doing so I kind of convince myself that I've already solved the problem and I don't always solve the problem. So my biggest problem lately has been being that I'm a people pleaser is that I kind of like disguise it as like, oh well, I just don't want to make a big deal out of things. I don't want to like inconvenience people, right? Like family or like friends, like, oh, can you please do something to help me out? Like I often will just not ask for help, or I will not really allow people to do things for me because I feel like in doing so, I am burdening those people when really I am not. Now, unfortunately, what I found really challenging about our wedding is that at this juncture, when I did need people to do things for me, there were people who would complain, and that really it kind of like took that voice who's like, "Oh, I'm worried about people thinking that I'm burdensome," and it amplified that surrounding like a hugely important day in my life, right? So, and my therapist has helped me unearth the realization that I do this because, well, you all know that as people, we have like this fight or flight instinct. Well, there is apparently a third instinct that I had not considered, and that is fawn. So instead of fighting with people or fleeing a situation, what I do is I fawn over people to try to convince myself that I am likable and that I will keep them in my life because of that. And I will often fawn to the extent where I'm not realizing it, and it ends up just me expending a lot of energy on making other people happy instead of using that energy to make myself happy, because my happiness should not hinge on other people's happiness. And when that was put together for me, I was just like, I've done that for years. I've done that ever since I was a little kid, and a lot of my trauma, stems back to my grandmother. My grandmother who was very emotionally abusive because, like, I would often, in order to avoid making her mad, like, I would always, like, do anything I could to just make her happy, even if it was at my expense. So, yeah, the wedding really helped me learn. I mean, obviously, super duper happy because, it's I'm with my person, right? But I'm also happy that on the mental health front, it's been a great learning experience for me to, you know, allow myself to loosen the reins and to allow other people to do things for me while still holding people accountable for taking me for granted when I do prioritize people pleasing when they know it's this moment where I should be prioritizing myself. Anyway, so don't know if any of that makes sense. I just thought that it was an interesting thing to reflect on, as especially as we near the holidays. Are you a people pleaser too? Do you people please at your own expense like I do? Who knows? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Click like if you haven't yet, and subscribe to my channel. And thank you as always for supporting me and my conversations about everything. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.